What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Happy Tuesday evening. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Twitter right now. So as always, this Tuesday night show is a listener-supported show. So put your questions in the comments and we will talk about whatever you want to talk about. You guys take the show wherever you want it to go. There's a lot of stuff going on, like as far as like just like everyone is like kind of like planning for next year and everything. And we'll talk about that, I'm sure. But yeah, there's already a bunch of you guys here. So we're going to roll the intro video, let a few more people join, and I'll be right back. All right, what's up? We got Eduardo Sanchez in the house. Happy Tuesday evening from San Diego. What's up? Stephen McNeil's here. Texas Panhandle is present and accounted for. Awesome. Justin Turnbow's here. Happy Tuesday evening, everyone, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. What's up, Justin? Stephen Barber's here. How y'all doing? Steve from North Carolina. What's up? Michael Powell's here. What's up, guys? Tuning in from Brownstown, Indiana. Aaron Townsend's here from Victoria, Texas. Eva Belt's here from Placerville, California. All the way from California. What's up? JC runs. Hello, Ryan. Cheers from Aspen Hill. CK Hiker's here. Hello from Oregon. Dallin Ricks is here. Happy Tuesday from Lubbock, Texas. Been a while since I've caught you live. Awesome. Well, happy to have you join tonight, Dallin. Thanks for joining. Craig Datley's here from Southern Ohio. That's pretty close to Indiana. Not too far away. Shannon Archer's here. Arkansas represent. John is here from Virginia Beach, back to Cali soon. And Nicholas is here from Central PA on the treadmill tonight. Nice. I need to get on my treadmill. I wish. Yeah, I need to. The past couple days. So if you've been following my Strava, like I've been kind of taking it easy the last couple weeks, really. Like I got my recovery from Indiana Trail 100, tried to heal up from my injuries. It ended up being multiple injuries, which I didn't know about, knee and hip. Knee cleared up after a couple weeks. Hip is still kind of like weird, honestly. Like every once in a while, I still feel something weird, but a couple weeks ago, I tried to start getting back into a build cycle, and I was at like 25 miles a week for a couple weeks, and I was just kind of like waiting for the body to give me the green light, and it never really did. So I decided, okay, like let's back it down. So the last week or so, I think last week I only had like 16 miles or something. And I've been taking a couple days trying to really get back to a good baseline, because I don't want to start 2020 behind, really. I want to start like really fresh and really motivated and hungry and ready to go. So yeah, if you've been following my Strava, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm kind of being a little lazy right now, but it's okay in December. It's not bad. It's not bad to just take a little time and kind of just regroup. But yeah, getting on the treadmill. I got a couple like awesome packages in the mail today that I can't talk about right now, but I will be filming videos very soon on a bunch of shoes and then some clothing gear and some like ultra running gear. So pretty excited. It's just like a really busy time right now. And yeah, it's been like work has been crazy. Just like, like I'm sure like everyone watching this is probably work just gets like really crazy for some reason, like around Christmas time, because I think everyone's like trying to take some time off or finish some stuff up for the end of the year. I know especially the industry I'm in, like we do ramp up quite a bit at the end of the year, and then it kind of gets quiet a little bit. But yeah, it's been kind of tough. And then also like working at the church, it's just like there's just like extra stuff going on like crazy over the next couple weeks. So yeah, it's okay to take some downtime. Like stress is stress. Your body doesn't know the difference between different types of stress. Well, I mean, to a certain extent, like you can go run 10 miles or you can have a really stressful day at work and your body might interpret those like almost the same. So you have to kind of listen to your body and take time when you need to. Oh, Eva, it says it's snowing right now in California. Well, we don't have snow here today, which is nice. I know it's coming though. It's definitely coming. Winter's coming for sure. Crystal Olive said, "Hey Ryan, love your videos. Question I have is, what advice would you give to anyone running their first 100-mile trail race?" Good question. So hopefully, if you're running your first 100-miler, hopefully you've done something, maybe like hopefully a 50-miler. But if not, it's okay. But yeah, like your first 100-miler is going to be just a wild ride. And there's going to be so many times that you want to quit. So the thing that I would say is just like get into this like headspace where quitting is just not an option. And even if you have to walk or hike for what might seem like hours, it's probably really not going to be that long. But if you do need to get into a spot where you hike or walk for a couple hours, just like do it. And, promise yourself that you're not going to quit, and that if you don't make it to the finish line, it's because they pulled you off the course. Like at least like that's my biggest regrets from, so I've DNF'd 300s, and one of them was because I mentally like gave up. I was having a lot of physical problems, mainly nutrition problems. And it was the first time in 100 that I had experienced that. And I convinced myself basically that I was done, when really I wasn't even close to being done. Like I still had so much left in me, and I proved myself wrong the next, a couple hundreds later, where I had the same type of nutrition problems and was able to push through it. But yeah, that my biggest regret, in ultra running, honestly, is letting myself believe that I was done just because I was having, like gut problems. And so that was the Kettle 100. And I was right around, there was some interesting stuff going on with the weather. Like, it was much cooler than I had expected it. And so I was running harder than I probably should have. And so I kind of like maybe burned a match too early in the race, and also messed up my nutrition plan because of that, because I was planning on taking nutrition on a schedule, and I had practiced taking nutrition at a certain pace, and I was running faster than that. And so I was kind of expending more energy in between times that I was planning on taking on nutrition. And then I was also not used to taking on nutrition at this higher effort level. And it wasn't much. Like, it wasn't that big of a difference, but it was enough that it really threw some stuff off. I was also having problems with the specific nutrition products that I was taking at the time. And I didn't feel like I couldn't like change it up, because technically that year I was like sponsored by a nutrition company. So I was kind of like stuck in this spot where so I just couldn't like make any adjustments. And so I kind of like went, I ended up dropping out at the 100K mark. So right around like 65 miles, but for about 40 miles, like I didn't eat anything, because I was just having problems with my gut, and I convinced myself that I was done. But really I wasn't even close to being done. Like, I didn't have to be done. I could have kept hiking. I could have kept walking, and I probably would have come around, because just a couple months later, I did another 100, the hallucination 100, and the same thing happened with my gut right around mile 20. And in that race, I was like, forget it. Like, I'm finishing this race at all cost. And I went almost 80 miles without eating anything. So it was like totally like proved myself wrong or right, I guess. I don't know which way I proved myself, but that's the one thing that I would say is like, just commit to yourself that you're not going to quit, even if you have to walk for a long, long time. But yeah, then aside from that, I mean, there's a million other pieces of advice that I could give you for your first 100. A lot of it has to do with pacing, practice how you're going to race. Like as far as pacing and nutrition and that type of strategy, all that. But good luck, Crystal. JC Run says, testing out a new Garmin. So if you're talking about the packages that I received, no, I'm not. I don't have any in with Garmin. In fact, I just recently bought a bunch of Garmins. This one I'm wearing right now is the Garmin 55. I bought a couple of their what you would call lower end models, like the 55 and the 245, because I'm really attracted to the watches that are kind of like just like a really low barrier to entry, like so cheap, lightweight, like that anyone can wear, small enough that anyone can like fit them on their wrists and not feel like uncomfortable. Just like watches that you can sleep in easy. And the majority of my training runs are done, especially now, they're done on a treadmill, but a lot of them are done on roads. And so wearing a daily running watch that's meant for road running actually really fits into my my training style, and I think a lot of people's. And then I usually run trails on the weekends. So yeah, I got a couple of their more entry level watches and been testing those out. I've been really surprised. Like this 55 is really good. Yeah, I just finished like the script for the review video. Today I finished it, and I probably should be filming it right now, but I decided to keep my live schedule and come join you guys tonight. So we're here. Justin says, I'm doing a Snowdrop 55-hour, little less than a mile loops. Plan sub 30 for the 100, and then we'll see what happens. Wow. How do you pace for a totally flat course? That's going to be hard. Whew. Pacing a 30-hour 100-miler on a flat course is you're going to be able to walk a lot, and take a lot of breaks. So, yeah, that's what I would say is like, just keep it easy. Your first 4 or 5 hours, you're going to want to run a lot faster than what you're pacing for. So flat course is deceiving. That's another thing that has screwed me up in the past with 100-milers. If it's too flat, like I do end up running too much, like at the beginning. Yeah, but good luck with that, Justin. That's going to be fun. I would say just like run comfortably, walk. There's a lot of, so here's an idea. I would say it would be kind of smart to, from the beginning, do a walk-run schedule. And what I mean by that is like a really common one that a lot of that you see, like people that are doing their first marathon, and it's like a really big, like it's a very big unknown whether or not they're going to finish. A common advice that a coach or someone would give would be to do a walk-run schedule of like 6 minutes of running, 2 minutes of walking, or 9 and 1, or something like that, where you constantly have a short interval that you're in that you can finish, and then you're going to walk for a couple minutes, and then you get another short interval, and then you walk. And a lot of people have really great success with that, finishing maybe their first marathon or their first half marathon by having a strict walk-run schedule from the beginning. And that's one thing that physiologically it does help to, if you're going to do something like that, do it from the beginning. So that could be an interesting idea for your 100-miler. Like if you're pacing for 30 hours for 100, I think, what is that? Like you have to average like, what is that? Like 18 minutes a mile or something? Or maybe it's like, yeah, I think it's somewhere around there. Anyway, you could really like game that out, like run for 10 minutes and walk for 5. So that would be interesting to plan that from the beginning. And then you might even be able to like negative split it if you have like, if you're just really going easy, like that would be cool too. Nick Curry has a couple really good blog posts who he just set the 24-hour is it the American track record or just the American 24-hour record overall? He just set it this weekend, so that was awesome to see. And I believe he negative splitted this one too, the 24 hours. I believe he ran more miles in the second 12 hours, but I could be wrong. But he has a couple blog posts that are really, really insightful as far as negative splitting 100-milers and what he's learned over actually doing it a couple times. Let's see here. Aaron Townsend said, "Hey Ryan, with all the new shoes getting announced for next year, which ones are you most excited about?" Well, right now I'm most excited about some that are sitting over here. But I'm really excited about the Hoka Tecton X. May or may not have those right now. Yeah, those are going to be really, really interesting because they're kind of like they're like a big brother to the Zenal, which I really like the Zenal. I didn't, at the time I was testing it out, it wasn't a shoe that I was hopeful would work for a 100-miler, but I did say in my video it would be probably almost perfect for a fast 50K or a trail marathon. So the Tecton X, I think I'm saying that right. It's got 2 carbon fiber plates that run parallel to each other on either side of your foot. So you have, it's going to be really, like, I'm really, really excited to test this out this weekend. I may or may not have them over here, but I'm really excited about those. And then, yeah, there's a couple others, but I'm really excited to see what I can do on the trails with those. The Mach Supersonic is another one I'm really excited about because my Mach 4 review, I said that it was a good shoe. It's a really good shoe, but it didn't like strike a chord with me. It was just kind of like, I was just kind of like, oh, like the hype was so high for the Mach 4, so much hype. And then when I got it, I reviewed it. I was just like, like it's a good shoe, but like it wasn't a game changer for me. Now, a lot of people really, really love that shoe. So I'm excited to see what the Supersonic does. And then like, I'm really like Nike, like if they come out with a Wild Horse 8, that'll be awesome. Like I'll be pumped to try that out. Also really excited about the Speedgoat 5. I know I'm talking a lot about Hoka, but Hoka did have some pretty major announcements just recently. The Speedgoat 5, I'll have that soon as well to test out for you guys. And I'm really, really pumped about that because from what I've heard is that it's going to be kind of like a mix of the Evo Speedgoat and the regular Speedgoat. So we'll see. Because the Evo Speedgoat's not coming back, unfortunately. Yeah. Stephen Barber says, loved your Triple Crown series on Amazon. Nice. Watched it this past week. That's awesome. If you were ever to run one of those races, which and how come would it be? If I was to ever run one of those three, the first one I would do would be the Tahoe 200, and then I would do the Moab 240, and then Bigfoot. And the reason why, like, Bigfoot is like one of the ones where you see the pictures and everything, and it's like that one looks like it's the most beautiful, and it might be, but it's also the biggest nightmare for anyone that comes with you because it is totally backcountry, like the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, to get from where the runners would run maybe 20 miles from one aid station to the next, like you might be driving 100 just to get there, and then a couple miles on either side of that are going to be like crazy backcountry roads where like the branches are literally like you're pushing branches away on both sides of your car, and it's just like barely a road. It's more of a trail that you're bringing your car down. So hopefully you have like 4-wheel drive to get out. So Bigfoot 200 would be one where if I ever did that one, I'm pretty sure I would maybe bring a pacer, and drop them in like halfway and say, hey, you're going to run 100 miles with me. And then nobody else. That's what I would do at Bigfoot. But Tahoe's easy to crew for. Moab is also pretty easy to crew for. So that's how I would start it. I would start Tahoe 200. But I'm really intrigued by the Cocodona 250, to be honest with you. That will be, as of right now, I'm just saying that's going to be my first 200 miler. Like Destination Trail, those races are beautiful, and I really like them all a lot. But something about Arizona and Cocodona, like that course, that vibe that they have at that race is just like, I don't know, draws me in. I really love Arizona. Like I had family that lived out there, and so I'd go to Phoenix like every once in a while when I was a kid. So yeah, that would be what I do. What's up, John True Love's in the house? I know someone else that likes to run with a cheap running watch. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even remember the brand of watch you have, John. Cause like it's, I don't know. Amazfit. That's it. Drew says, listening in while walking the dog in Canton, Michigan. What's up? Love the advice on doing 100 miles. Nice. Thank you, Drew. Mango Runners here. Happy Tuesday, all from South Carolina. What's up? Eva says, I have the Garmin Forerunner 45 and it's awesome. Yeah, totally agree. The 55 has a few interesting extra features that are kind of cool. Like it adds like track mode and Pace Pro, and there's some different stuff, like you can download some different things from the Garmin Connect store. And then, I just like, I've had really good success with this. Like, honestly, like I paid $200 for this watch and I was expecting it to work. I mean, this is silly, but I was thinking about, okay, the Enduro, like $900, Garmin 55 is $200. Like, you know, there's going to be some like weird stuff like this just isn't going to work or something, but no. Like it's been good. It's been solid so far. William says, love my 245. No complaints here. Nice. Aaron says, excited for the Supersonic 2. The Mach 4 was game changer for me. The only shoe I ever bought twice. Nice. Right balance and cushion and speed. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it was super light. 9 point, if I remember right, my size was like 9.3 ounces or something like that. The new one is it adds a little bit of weight. They added the Mach Supersonic. They added a pull tab in the back and then some extra padding on the tongue, which is good, I think. But it added like a 1/10 of an ounce. Not much, but just a little bit. Wow, Henway says, Cocodona 250 starts 10 miles from my house. The trails are amazing. Nice. That'd be awesome. John says, Leadville Lottery ends tomorrow. Did you jump in? No, I didn't. Yeah, I've got August. August is an interesting month. Like if I did, I don't know. Like I would love to, I don't know. I would love to do Leadville, but yeah, I just didn't jump in the lottery. Matt says, yo, Mr. Clayton, what's going on? What's up, Matt? Congrats. Also, Matt, so we are joined tonight, all of you watching out there, we're joined by a award-winning filmmaker now. Matt LeGrand won the Ginger Runner. Was it Film of the Year or something? Like, I think he got $1 million too or something. But yeah, if you haven't watched Matt's recent video that he did on ginger moss, it's pretty good. Go watch it. Wow, Henway says, I started Cocodona 250 this year, did not finish. Scheduled vacation for next year and week, volunteering, crewing, pacing. The event is awesome. That's sorry to hear that you didn't finish, but I mean, that's definitely like no disrespect there. And also, one thing that's cool about Cocodona is I noticed that it starts on Monday, which is cool because like you go out there, like maybe you travel over the weekend or something, do the race, stay a couple other extra days, travel back on the weekend. Like that seems like a pretty good schedule. Oh, Matt says, big time Hollywood, 2 million. Nice. Well, there you go. We need to I need to work with you now to get some experience working with an award-winning filmmaker. We should do something together, man. Isaac says, how is your plantar fasciitis? Yeah, it's bad. Like, I know I talked last week about how, it's just been bugging me a lot, and it's like, I am getting some relief though. And that's another reason why I've kind of taken it easy the last couple days. Like Saturday, I just did like a 6-mile run. Sunday, I took off. Today I took off. So 3 days off in a row, but I have been wearing these compression socks that are made specifically for plantar fasciitis that on the bottom of the foot kind of pull up and give support in the right places. And I have noticed a pretty significant decrease in pain over the last couple of days. I've only been wearing them like 2 days. They just came in the mail like yesterday or something. So I'm very hopeful that maybe, because the thing with plantar fasciitis is that it's a chronic injury, or it can become a chronic injury. And that's what has happened to me. So I've had it for almost a year now. Again, second time. And so what you need to do is you need to get something that works for you, that takes it out of being a chronic injury and turns it into just more of like something that is recovering. And so I'm hopeful that there's a few things like, these compression socks, and then, just looking into a couple other things, but like a lot of stretching. Like I've been stretching like crazy, doing a lot of foam rolling, massaging, just like all of the stuff. I'm just trying to throw everything at it, and hopefully I can get it some incremental improvements over time. And, yeah, like, cause even if I can get it back to a manageable level, I'd be okay with that. But it's just a nightmare. What's up, Motivation Theory Running's here. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining. Stephen McNeil says, MOG 100. Is that Mogi Monster? I don't know. Maybe that's something else. Do tell. Michael Powell says, loved your video at No Business. Thank you. What's your view on the No Business 100 miler being someone's first 100 miler? That would be fun if you are into a little bit of what I would consider, I would consider that more of like a mid-range as far as like difficulty level. So it would be something in between like a really tame, like maybe a Midwest 100 miler. Like it's in between like the Indiana Trail 100 and maybe like Run Rabbit Run. It's kind of like smack dab in the middle. So there is enough technical stuff there to make you work, especially if you run it in a even year. You'll get some of a little bit more technical stuff towards the end. I mean, I don't remember a lot from the middle of that race, to be honest with you. I have to go back and watch my own video probably, but they switch the direction every year, and it's a single loop. And I just remember like the last like 10 or 12 miles or so, I was like over it completely. I was done. And it just seemed like it seemed like there was a lot of technical stuff at the end. So just kind of be ready for that if you do it in an even year. But it's beautiful. Very well run. Being a single loop provides some challenges as far as drop bags and if you have a crew or pacers, but it does add to kind of the adventure aspect of it, which is really fun. Like you never see the same trail twice. There's only a few parts where you're coming like into an aid station. You have to come off the trail and maybe run down like a sidewalk or a road for like a quarter mile or something. And then when you go back up it. But like, that's literally, there's like maybe 2 or 3 spots like that where that's the only time that your feet hit the same, place twice in that whole race. So that's really, really fun. Really cool aspect of that race. But yeah, like I would say if you're used to running, Indiana trails, Midwest trails, you're going to go down there and you're going to be like, oh, this is a little more rocky. I got to watch my step a little bit more. But it's not, I wouldn't consider it a technical race. So I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun for you to do. Aaron Townsend says buckle cam. Okay, let's do it. Buckle cam. Here we go. Whoa, that got loud. Yep. So there's the buckle cam. Thanks to everyone for joining tonight and jumping into. Thanks to Justin for requesting the buckle cam. See, Motivation Theory Running says, so happy I cured mine. Plantar fasciitis. Had plantar fasciitis in both feet for like 8 years. 8 years ago. Worst pain ever. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could do it if I had it in both feet. Like I would probably just cry every morning because like I can barely make it around the house with having it in one foot. Yeah, it's one of those things where, I mean, it's just like, if you've never had it, just be thankful, because it's, I don't know, especially for a runner or someone, like if you're not an active person and you get it, it's still terrible. But there's something about, you know, being a runner where if you have plantar fasciitis, like the things that move you, like your feet, like to have those actually cause you so much pain is just like, it's tough. It's tough to handle. Isaac says, love that you're working with it rather than being defeated by it. Keep trucking, my friend. Yeah. Like there's no way I'd stop, especially to stop running, like, or anything like that. I mean, it's just, so for a long time, the first time I had plantar fasciitis for like almost 2 years in my left foot, I could still run perfectly fine with it. It would hurt for like the first mile, but then once you warm it up and once you loosen up and get everything going, like it wouldn't hurt anymore until I stopped running and cooled down. This year, or this time around, for the past year, I've had it. It's in my right foot, and there were some runs where it would just kind of like bug me the whole time, and didn't like that at all. But then especially recently, and I honestly wonder if some of it has to do with the like level of running that I'm doing, like only running like 20 or 25 miles a week. I wonder if that's almost like worse. I know that sounds really weird saying it, but like, I wonder if when I was running like, 50 plus miles a week or more, it was just like, I was so used to it that it didn't bug me as much. I don't know, maybe running every day. I know that like the actual foot doctor I saw a couple years ago said like, you should stay active. Like getting yourself, like if you like stopping running is not going to help plantar fasciitis, because you're still going to walk around. You're still going to like re-injure it just by walking. He's like, the only thing you could do is like get in a wheelchair for like a couple weeks, and he wasn't going to like recommend that to anybody. So like that's the only way that you could like actually not injure it, just by like moving around, putting your weight on it. So running is still okay for it. It's still fine. But yeah, I just like wonder if maybe like the lower level of running was actually making it harder to heal, because it would maybe a day or two go by and it would kind of get a little bit better, and then I'd run again and it would like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll make it though. We'll get through it. I'm really hoping that these compression socks that I got work. They're only like $10 on Amazon, and they're good. So we're hoping it's going to work. Steven says, yes, Mogollon Monster, brutally beautiful. Yeah, that's one on my list of Hard Rock qualifiers. That might be my 2023 race, because I don't need a Hard Rock qualifier next year. So 2023, I'll need to renew that lottery entry. And so Mogollon, that might be the race. We'll see. Justin says, did you see Airvipa open a new shop in Colorado already? They have a very cool 100-miler at Ring the Springs. Yeah, I actually watched part of that video today. Yeah, one of my good friends, Matt, lives in Colorado Springs, and he went on the inaugural training run that Airvipa put on like last week or 2 weeks ago or something. He was texting me about it. That's pretty cool. I think it's cool they opened up a new office over there. So that'll be cool. And then Ring the Springs looks beautiful. The course looks beautiful. Dallin says, any chance of using many different styles and brands of shoes can lead to plantar fasciitis. So that's like one of the most common comments I get on videos anytime I talk about plantar fasciitis, but every expert I've talked to says that that's just a myth, basically. That it's just like there's not like footwear used improperly. It can cause it, from what I've heard, from what like my doctors told me. But I specifically asked that about using different styles of shoes and different drops and everything. And he actually said the variation was good for it. So yeah, I think the whole one brand saying that their types of shoes, because of the way they're designed, can cure problems is probably not helping the conversation. As far as I know. Not a doctor, though. Justin says, P.S. Did you see the guy finish bras with Ben dragging a tire the whole way? I did see that. I didn't know what it was about, though. Interesting. Have you worked your calves with a massage gun? Yeah. And I also have the the Viper massaging roller, which is awesome. And I'll just sit there with that too. The thing about the massage guns is sometimes like I can get like so lazy that I don't even want to use the guns because they take so much work to like hold them. So having the massaging roller is awesome because you can just like lay your leg on it and let it do the work for you. Let gravity do it for you. Motivation theory running. Yeah. I run in all kinds of different shoes and has not affected that at all. In fact, it probably made my feet stronger. That's exactly what my doctor said. He said that if you run in the same exact model of shoes all the time, that's actually not good for your foot because you develop certain strengths and weaknesses designed around that specific shoe that when you switch to another one, it can actually cause problems. So having variation is good. Yeah, at least that's what I've been told. So but it's funny though, because that is like one of the more common comments I get on YouTube videos whenever I talk about plantar fasciitis is, do I think because I test running shoes that has hurt it? And I just think that I have maybe I think that maybe I'm just susceptible to it. Is that how you say it? Honestly, what I think it probably is some sort of weakness, like in my hips or somewhere along the chain, that I just get lazy with my maintenance and I get lazy with my strength routines, and something in the chain gets tight. Maybe I go on a couple runs in a row where I didn't really loosen up, and the chain is just tight. It puts a lot of extra stress on the plantar fascia, and then it causes like an actual like acute injury. And then because of the location of it, it just can't heal. And maybe there's something about my foot as well that once I get it, it just doesn't heal as quick as other people might. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Dallin says, good to know. I use multiple styles as well. Just curious. Yeah, I think it's good to develop. And they talk about that with ankles and everything too. Like having variation in your shoes and not running in the same exact model all the time is good. Hey, Chris says, hey Ryan, any experience with the Garmin Instinct? I'm thinking about purchasing that model. No, I haven't used that. I have not used the Garmin Instinct. I've used a lot of other Garmin watches, but not that one. So yeah, we'll see. I'm really interested to see like what Garmin does this year. I mean, their Phoenix line is due for an update with the Phoenix 7. Hopefully that'll come out this year. But also the 955. The rumor is that one will come first before the Phoenix. But that'll be interesting. Interesting to see what happens with Garmin this year. And then, yeah, like honestly though, like I'm super pumped, like, about what's going on, like right around here, right at the, turn of the year, turn of the calendar. There's been just so many awesome announcements with shoes and, everything I got in the mail today, like, which I wish I could tell you, I wish I could post on Instagram and everything. But yeah, I'm going to keep it just kind of low key until like my review videos and everything come out. But been just honestly really blessed recently, with just a lot of like people reaching out. Oh, also, I'm pretty much like, I'm like 99% sure, it's all but planned that I'll again this year be at Western States and possibly like Hard Rock too. So that's going to be like really, really cool. Very, very excited about that. Again, it's like conversations are going, but it's like pretty good. Like it's pretty exciting. So yeah, you guys will be loving all this coming up this summer. Oh, and Steven says any new film projects on the horizon for 2022. Yeah. So that's kind of like it's kind of like what I just said with, like Western States and Hard Rock. We'll see like what happens from it. But I've had a couple of really good conversations over the past like week or two. And like very much in the works, very much in the planning stages. But it looks like I might be in California in June and Colorado in July. So I'm really pumped about that. And then we'll see like if anything else comes up. Stephen McNeil says Sunto Barrow 9 Titanium is a sturdy workhorse of a watch. Yeah. I have the Barrow 9, but honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I really wanted to try, the Sunto Peak, I think. And I was wishing, like, I was watching that watch, on Black Friday, and I was like, come on, like, drop in price. Like, just give me a deal. And it just never dropped. Like, it just stayed at $550. And I was just like, seriously, like, give us a deal. Like, the Barrow 9 is so old. I mean, relatively speaking, like, they sent me that watch like 3 years ago. And I can't believe, I mean, they've come out with the Peak since then, which has been a decent upgrade. They should have just named that the 10, in my opinion, because it had a different screen and everything. But yeah, Sunto's an interesting one. Like, they need to innovate. They need to come out with a new watch soon. Justin says, oh, I'll see you at Hard Rock. I want to see it this coming year. Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know how, like, I've never been to Silverton, or I've never been anywhere around that, so it'd be really cool to see. Eva says, wahoo, yeah, Western States. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm so pumped. Like, and that was like completely out of the blue, like the Western States thing. And I'll tell the whole story and everything, like, when the time's right. But honestly, like, I got an email, and I was just like standing in my kitchen, and I just like started screaming. Like, it was awesome. So really pumped about that. But yeah, as far as like my races that I'm thinking about for next year, like, I really don't know yet. And I would really love to go travel to a race like earlier, sometime around like April or May. Like, that would be fun to travel. Not late in May though, because I'd be pretty close to Western States, but I mean, sometime in April would be like perfect, honestly. But I've been kind of like scoping them out, and I just haven't really seen something that like really was like, oh man, like, that's an awesome like April race that I want to go travel to. I mean, like, Cocodona's in May, but I'm not gonna do Cocodona. I'm not ready to do a 250 miler. Maybe in a couple years, but I still have a lot of work to do on 100 milers. But then I do like, I really want to go back to Indiana Trail 100 and kind of like conquer that. I feel like I was kind of like, I feel like I did not, I mean, I obviously like didn't reach my potential because I didn't even finish it, but I felt like that first lap, even falling and getting hurt at mile 14, like I still finished that lap, like in really good time, like 4.5 hours. Like that was like pretty much right. Or I think it was like 4:40, something like that. I was like right on. Like I was really, really pumped about that. And then it just went all downhill from there. So I feel like I have unfinished business there. Mohican would be another cool one to go back to. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of races in the early part of the year. Like April, May timeline. But if you guys know of any, let me know. That would be pretty cool, to do something. Oh, what's up? Justin, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. That's awesome, man. So very happy for you. What an exciting year to come. And thank you for always making time for us. That's awesome. Thanks, Justin. That's really cool. Thank you so much. Michael says, try the Desert Rats 50K in Fuchsia, Colorado, mid-April. You're 2 hours from Telluride. Whoa, nice. Desert Rats 50K. I need to check that out. That would be cool. That'd be cool to go to Colorado in April. Is that still pretty snowy though? Like, when does the snow melt in Colorado? I don't know. But yep. I'm just scrolling through, see if I miss any. We're going to start wrapping up here at about an hour. So let me know if you have any burning questions or comments, anything you want to talk about. Oh, another race. Like I really want to do Angela's Crest sometime. But that race has been canceled the last 2 years, and like, so the lottery has been frozen for like 3 years. But like, that's a race that, man, that race looks beautiful. I'd also love to go out and do like, I'm just kind of like looking at my list and like talking about races right now, but Fat Dog 120 would be a really cool challenge. Be cool to go back and do like a kind of like a Rocky Mountain mountain race, like a mountain 100. That would be awesome. Ha! Asian Spenny, you just chimed in. I actually didn't read your comment before I mentioned Fat Dog 120, but Whistler Alpine Meadows, that one looks awesome too. Is that the one that Gary Robbins directs? I think so. That would be pretty sweet to do. Motivation Theory Runner. We have a 24-hour ATR here in Virginia in April. Okay, cool. That'd be fun. Justin says, Becoming Ultra will be out there. Should I know what that means? Becoming Ultra? I don't know. Is that somebody? Is that a person? Or a company? Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of the races so I keep a list of races that I want to kind of like tag and remember and like just keep an eye on. And there's like so many of them are like July through September. That's like when they're all stacked in there. And it's just like, man, like it'd be cool to get some races like earlier in the year. March and April, need some races around then. Maybe I'm just missing some though. See, I need to go browse Ultra Sign Up a little bit. But all right, well, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for joining tonight. It's been a good night talking, hanging out. thank you to everyone, especially thank you to Justin for the super chat. That was awesome. We got, it says becoming ultra is people doing their very first ultra and famous coaches helping them get there. Oh, yeah. I have heard of that. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining tonight. It was fun. I'm very excited about the next couple weeks of videos because hopefully like work can like kind of like calm down a little bit. So I can like not be super tired at the end of the day, and like just drained like mentally, and be able to like work on some videos at night for you guys. Because I've got a lot of cool stuff coming. Like, I'll just tell you. And as soon as like, I've got like a week off around Christmas, and I'm really going to try and like, just kind of like pump out some videos around then. So, but yeah, Christmas is coming. It's almost here. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you again soon. Bye.